Alright folks, this is Xearrik, and I have a bit of a serious topic to talk about today. I know, I don't really tend to do the serious. I like to have fun, play some games, but I feel like this is an important topic, and that is this whole Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn and all these other this crap going on right now with video games, where it's not even video games, right? It doesn't have anything to do with video games, really. It has everything to do with journalists, actually. Almost nothing to do with video games, but they are attacking video game players, and it's pretty silly. What's going on here, you might have already seen it, but basically someone got accused of sleeping around with other game journalists. A game developer got accused of sleeping around with game journalists to get good reviews and publicity and stuff like that for their games. Whatever. People got upset. They demanded more transparency from the journalists. I personally didn't care because I feel like an honest journalist is a rare and majestic thing. It's kind of like an honest lawyer. So it really didn't bother me at all either way. People are their own people. Let's see how I say this. Everyone is their own person, and they all have their own desires and biases and things of that sort. And really, how can you expect any journalist to be completely and totally unbiased? Such a thing is very hard to do, and very few people are capable of looking at a topic and saying, I will make an unbiased decision on this. It's a really difficult thing to do if you think about it. I mean, take a family member in an argument with a stranger. Who are you going to side with? You don't even have to know the argument, right? Being unbiased is insanely difficult, so I don't ever expect journalists to be unbiased. I look at everything objectively, any of their information objectively that they give me. I make my own decisions and I do my own research. I don't listen to them. I don't care about their reviews and all that things. I care about the hard facts, which is one of the reasons why I like Total Biscuit's reviews so much. They're very in-depth, information heavy things about games. He could have a completely bad overview of the game. He's like, I don't like this game, but I might have a different opinion, and I can tell just by watching his video that I'm probably going to have a different opinion than him, because he gives so much detail about the game. So anyways, on to the reason why I made this video. So these journalists have gathered together and are writing these very hateful articles towards gamers, quotation marks if you couldn't tell. I did air quotes there. And Total Biscuit, I believe, said it was like an embargo was lifted. Yeah, because they all came out like at once. Everyone just bam, bam, bam. Gamers are dead. The gamers are horrible. Gamer. All this anti-gamer propaganda. And I just have a couple really tiny points to make in opposition to all these things that they're writing. I'm noticing something when looking at their articles. What they tend to do, they're judging a large group of people as the gamer, right, by something a minority does. And I'm going to address that minority soon here, but they're judging a large group of people by what a minority is doing. And you can look that up. It's pretty cut and dry what that's called. It's called bigotry. And I've heard, like, recently Review Tech USA said, he made a video and he said something about, oh, it was good writing, but he didn't agree with da-da-da-da-da. No, it wasn't good writing, it was bigotry. That's what it was bigotry. You can't attack an entire group of people by what a minority does. That's called bigotry. And there's other terms to it, you know, if you do it, like, for instance, if you judge all of women by what a minority of women do, then you're a sexist, most likely, but you're also a bigot. That bigot, it goes with everything. A bigot, a racist is a bigot. Sexist is a bigot. All these people, and these people who are writing about gamers and attacking gamers, by what a minority of them are doing, are bigots, and I have no respect for those types of people. The gamer. What is a gamer? In its most basic, gamer is anyone who plays games. But anyone who calls themselves a gamer is not going to say that's what a gamer is. A gamer who is someone like a technophile. A gamer is someone who takes that thing seriously enough, that subject seriously enough, that medium serious enough to where they will become, that moniker will be put on them. A technophile is someone who's like super into tech and all that stuff like that, so that you start calling them those names. Gamers are a certain type of people. They consume games on a level that which the average game player does not, because almost everyone plays games. It's widespread now. It's not like it was 20 years ago. I think it's something obscene, like 80% of the population or something like that plays video games. Games are games. That's what they are. Games are fun. That's what they are. They're just a good, simple source of entertainment. And some people choose to make that entertainment their main source of entertainment, and others, it's just an extra source. And those people who choose to make it their main source of entertainment are what I believe to be the core gamer. So these video game journalists are saying that gamers are dead, that it's a bad term now, and yada 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 yada. They're trying to use the power that they gained to corrupt these things, and it's because they're afraid. It's very clearly because of the fear that people are looking at them a lot closer now. They want transparency, and they're trying to pay. They're paying a lot more attention to what they're doing, and it's really scaring them. And don't let them fool you. They'll claim that they've gotten death threats and things of that sort. That does not scare them. I know that does not scare them. If that does not scare them, they would have quit a long time ago. Let me let me hit you up with a little thing here. I believe I read, something like 5% of the population of Earth is criminally insane. But let's say that is a wrong estimation, and let's grossly underestimate the normal percentage. Let's say 0.01% of the population of Earth is criminally insane. That's not bad. That's a really low percentage. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means out of 100 people, probably no one. Out of 1,000 people, probably no one. Out of 10,000 people, you probably have one person in there who is a nutter. 10,000. How many people do you think read their articles? If 100,000 people read their article, they have 10 insane nutters reading their article. Now, logic would say that there's a lot more than 0.01% of the population out there that are insane. Criminally insane would be the term. But once you start to get out there in the limelight and everyone's looking at you, people are going to say some crazy things. I received my first death threat before I was at 200 subs. Yeah. And it's no different for anyone else. It's a commonplace thing. Trust me, if these people were scared for their lives, they would have quit a long time ago. This is not the first death threat they've received, and it won't be the last. I guarantee they received death threats from like this Xearrik lady she's like a feminist or something like that. I guarantee she receives death threats from feminists. It's just the way reality works. If you take a large enough group of people and you put them together, there's gonna be a crazy person in there. When you take the anonymity that the internet offers, then you're gonna drastically increase the number of crazies that start to respond and say things, because they feel like the internet offers them the shield of invisibility. They think they can say these things and get away with it. So people who even aren't insane will start to say hateful things. Children are crazy. That's a fact. You can look it up. Their brains are not fully developed. They are crazy. Children do and say very bad things. Plus, they have not aged enough to learn to filter themselves in a social standpoint Let's just put aside the fact that their brain is messed up, but they haven't learned all those social cues and all those things of that sort. Children do and say stupid things. I can't tell you how many times when I was a child around other children that they said they were going to kill me because they don't understand how big that word is, okay? Now, I guarantee that the vast majority of these things, of these hateful death threat-like comments and all this stuff, I guarantee that it's just children, the vast majority. And then there's a small percentage of them who are actually just criminally insane people. And there's no way to filter that out. You can't tell how old these people are. So my advice to anyone who may be watching this video is that just be the normal person that you are, because the vast majority of you have to be normal. That's just mathematically there. And there's going to be crazies out there. You're going to read comments or watch a video or anything like that where you can tell that it's just incredibly inflammatory, that the people who are saying these things are trying to stir some serious crap up. They're not trying to change anything. They're just outright attacking. And that's like with the bomb threat thing and all that stuff. Those people, the Lizard Squad, that's a perfect example of someone who's probably really young. That they're not trying to actually make any change. They're just trying to have some fun. They're too young and dumb to understand that their version of fun is not a good thing for everyone else in the world. And there's very old people who are like that too, who they just do and say some crazy stuff. They're very easy to recognize. We're programmed to be able to spot these people very quickly. When you spot them, you shouldn't try to go and have a logical discussion with these types of people, because they won't understand. The moment you figure out, you might have already started talking to them, but the moment you figure out that they're not a normal person, you're supposed to walk away. That's like, say you're in a line at a grocery store and there's a white guy in front of you buying groceries, and you guys just witnessed the store get robbed, and the guy who was robbing it happened to be black. If you say to the guy in front of you, "Can you believe what that guy just did?" and then he responds with an incredibly racist comment about that fella, then you know that you can't have a logical discussion about that person and what they were doing. You know that it's going to be a discussion of racism, and there's no point in having a discussion with this person about the racist comment they just made. There's none, because you're not going to be able to change this person's opinion. They're a foolish person who will not be able to understand your logic, because they've already made an illogical decision. They have judged an entire group of people based off of their skin color. Clearly they are not a logical person. So trying to have a debate about logic and reason will fly right over their head. So there's no point in wasting your breath. You can't do it. This person is who they are. The best thing for you to do is just to go, "Oh, okay," and then not speak to them anymore. This is how you should react when you read and see some of these insane inflammatory things that you're going to come across on the internet. You're going to see people saying some pretty crazy stuff like these journalists have been saying, and you just go, maybe in the comments section, the most that you do in the comment section of any of their videos would be, "Oh, okay, so you're a crazy person," and then never go back to that video. Unsubscribe if you are already subscribed, and don't have a discussion about it with anyone in the comment section of that video. You acknowledge that this person is insane and you move on. That's all you do. These people are unwilling and unable to have a logical debate about the issues at hand. So just ignore them. This is Xearrik, and I'm out.